Can I just say before we start to Joel, and this might be of interest to people, it's ridiculous, is a couple of months ago, I got a text from the Off the Curve agent saying, "Can you sing?" And then never heard from him again. that could only have been him putting me forward for the Masked Singer.
Brilliant.
That's so great.
Oh my God, why did you do it? That would have been so funny.
Oh, mate, that would have been so good. Maybe he's still doing it. Who knows?
Hold on a second. Are we part? Is this a thing?
The Masked Singer.
Yeah, but I think Seann and Joel are secretly texting each other now, going, "Let's pretend that I'm not doing the Masked Singer."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Greatest bamboozle in history, that, Seann. Me and Manford were doing that last year. It was it right the way to the end, even though we all knew it was him.
Welcome to Who Said That? 5 comedians armed with all we've got left at the moment. An addiction to rich guy buys a police precinct, crime dramas, a new appreciation of wet, 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 the slow disappointment caused by the Oreo, and the knowledge of each other's terrible, terrible brain. Starting in today are Seann Walsh, Omar, Joanne McNally, and child of one of the best 5 mums on the comedy circuit, Joel Dommett.
Yeah. I love that.
Are you happy with that, mate? Top 5?
I'm happy with that. Can I ask who the other 4 are?
Rabesh's mum.
Who's your mum?
Who doesn't know who my mum is?
I don't know who your mum is, but I'm asking who your mum is.
I'm Googling you now.
She's a popular. To be fair, she's been on TV just as much as I have recently. It's become like a hilarious thing to get Joel and his mum on television.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And, she's on the new series of Masked Singer, isn't she?
She could be. Who knows? She keeps calling me during lockdown. She's like, "Joel, you need to speak to your producer friends because people are out gardening and there's no gardening television on, and I think I could front it." She's like, swears that she's going to be the new Titchmarsh. Chill out.
Has anyone ever had a nightmare situation with like a family member, mum or anyone being a nightmare at a gig?
No, I've had my mum say it to me after a gig. As in, like, she's come to a show and then when I went home, she was trying to get me to go back to train as a nurse. So she heckled me after the show. She didn't heckle me in the show, but after, she was obviously horrified.
Mo, what did your family think when they knew you wanted to be a stand-up?
Oh no, it wasn't when they knew it. They didn't believe it was a thing. They just thought I was missing for most nights. And then when my first ever spot got aired, and I checked my phone messages, and there were like 24 missed calls, voicemails, and I thought like, oh, they've seen it, and I thought it was going to be praised and all this stuff. And it was arranged from, "I just saw your videos," just a statement of fact, to one of my sisters going, "You have brought shame upon our family." It was just.
Walshy, what are your sort of friends and family from like when you were at school? What do they think?
Everyone's just been very supportive. Thank you.
It's lovely to have good news sometimes. It's nice to have.
He's lying.
I don't think he's lying at all.
He's lying.
My mum does say to me now, "Why aren't you on the telly anymore?"
You didn't read the papers.
Because I kissed my dance partner.
How does she not know that?
Did you manage to keep that whole thing from your mum? Did your mum not even know you were on the street?
Yeah, but she doesn't know why she doesn't understand why that's the reason. So,
because she's sensible. Because she's sensible.
There you go. But I'm here. I'm on Who Said That. So, that's the main thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, I make no moral judgments, buddy. I make no I actually got a text message this morning from your mum going, "Oh, can you get Seann on? Is that right?" I don't even know who you are. I just got a text from a woman, and I was like, "Yeah, all right." What are you drinking, Joe? By the way, it looks like Ribena in a shot glass.
It's Calpol.
Is it really?
No, it's fucking red wine.
Yeah.
Merlot. It's Merlot.
This game is astoundingly simple. Basically, each of you will take it in turns to ask a question. The answers will then be texted to me and only me. I will read them out, and the questioner will receive points for every answer they pair with an answerer. Incredibly straightforward. It's fun, and I think we will start the fun with Seann Walsh. Have you got a question?
Yay!
Watching.
I do. Thank you, Mark. So, to all of our panelists, the question is as follows. A hammerhead shark has appeared out of nowhere in your home. Your neighbour happened to let themselves in and consequently sees it. Without using the truth, you have to explain why it is there. If they don't believe you, you, the neighbour, and the hammerhead shark die. What do you tell them?
There you go. That is Sean's question. Quite excitingly, the longest question we've ever had on Who Said That, which I like. There's a lot going on there.
So much going on.
I've answered it.
I'm really sorry. I apologise. I didn't realise that. I mean, that was the first thing that came into my head, and I didn't realise that they were. I didn't realise it was meant to be shorter.
I mean, where did it come from? Is this something that you've had to deal with? Is this a real life scenario?
What was I doing? I was making. Oh, I don't know if this is the connection, but I was making salmon fillet. So that's a fish. Maybe that's the connection. I was cooking fish, and that was genuinely, I don't know why, that was the first thing that popped into my head. What would you do if someone came in and there was a hammerhead shark in your house, and you had to come up with an excuse as to why the hammerhead shark was there? What would you say? What would be the most convincing thing that you could say? That just is literally the first thing that
Well, we're not working at the moment. The imagination is active, let's face it.
We're getting a small insight what it's like to be in a therapy session with Seann Walsh. It's
so much detail.
And then
so much detail.
Oh, that's why I feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But also, this episode feels a little bit like the end of The Usual Suspects, where we're getting all these little bits of information coming out from everywhere, and we now realise the story. This is brilliant.
What's going to happen, Mark, is at the end of this episode, I'm going to go to turn off my iPad, and I'm going to push it over by mistake, and there's going to be a hammerhead shark in my kitchen.
Seann, I've got 3 answers for you.
Okay.
Answer number 1. What do you tell them about the hammerhead shark? You tell them it's Worf from Star Trek. Answer number 2. I ordered a hammer on Amazon Prime, and my autocorrect must have finished the word for me, and this guy arrived. I'm as surprised as you are. Do you have a hammer I can borrow?
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, well, it's not Joanne then.
Answer number 3, my cleaner swallowed a spirit level.
Boom.
I think.
Sorry, Joe. Do you know how the game? Do you know what you're meant to be doing?
Winning.
But I read the final answer out, and you went boom.
Yeah, because I think it's the best one.
Okay. Joe thinks the best one is the spirit level one. She's not saying it's hers. She just thinks it's the best one.
It's obviously mine.
You're not meant to.
He's going to know it's mine. Okay, go on. Sorry.
We're now starting to understand why Joanne hasn't been on Would I Lie to You?
I'm lying.
That one.
Okay.
Right.
Sean,
Yes.
do you know who Worf from Star Trek is?
I think so.
Okay, you're not Sean.
Sorry, no. I think
She
I need the square head, obviously.
This is. I'm beginning to see why you don't do this panel show with everyone on red wine.
But also, this is why we edit.
And also
This
why I
is
can't get any talent.
The person sent me a picture of Worf.
Yeah, that's him.
Right. Yes. I'm going to go with Mo said Worf from Star Trek. Then we're left with only two more options.
You are.
I mean, who knows? I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct here and say that Joel tried to get out of it by saying that he had tried to order a hammer off Amazon, and that can only leave then Joanne with the spirit level thing that I didn't understand.
And can I
He swallowed your spirit level lengthways.
Yeah, but they're not lengthways because lengthways would just be down there.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, but why is that?
I'm a comic, not an engineer. So he swallowed
Yeah,
it.
also,
Yeah, but Joe, what? Yeah, but Joe, you've got to explain why the hammerhead shark is in your house.
I just said to you, my cleaner swallowed a spirit
no,
level.
but you're not meant to tell him that it was you because the game. He's not locked down the answers now.
No,
Yeah.
I get that. But moving on to the next point, he's like, "What? That doesn't make any sense." I'm like, "Well, neither does that fucking lad from Star Wars being in your gap." So I'm just saying he swallowed it instead of like a Toblerone. Think of it like a Toblerone, but he swallowed it
Widthways.
Widthways, exactly.
Yeah.
But then how would it end in his head?
Shut up, Mo. I don't have the details here. None of these things make sense.
Sean,
Yes.
have you locked down those three answers?
Sorry. Yes.
Okay. Well, you will be glad to know in one of the least surprising things that has ever happened in the history of low-budget YouTube panel shows, that Joe McNally's was my cleaner swallowed a spirit level. And I'm going to say right now, who would have known?
He's so talented.
What an amazing poker face Joe McNally has with boom, good joke, nailed it.
Sorry, I'm learning as we go.
So that is 1 out of 3. That is 1 out of 3 right there. So you absolutely nailed that. So it's all really about Worf and Amazon Prime. And it's whether Joel Dommett knows who Worf is. I think whether he's the type of guy who watches Star Trek. But Sean, you got 3 out of 3, mate. You got 3 out of 3.
I resent this so much. This would have been much harder.
I would have got that wrong. I would have thought Joel was the Star Wars guy, and Mo was the other dude.
It's Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I don't know man games.
This is why I'm single.
And Sean, you could, because you got 3 out of 3, you can give a bonus point to any of these people. Now, there are ways to do this. You can give a bonus point to your favourite answer, or you can give a bonus point to whoever you think is going to be the shittest at the game going forward. So she won't be any competition for the game. It really depends on how you want to play the game, buddy.
I'll take the pity point if you want to give it to me. I'll take it.
I'm going to. I think she might have something up her sleeve. I'm gonna give the pity point to Joe.
Thank you.
You're going to give the pity point to Joe McNally.
Delighted. Yeah.
Okay, so end of the first round. Seann Walsh is on 3 points. Joe McNally, for some reason, is in second place. With what? If the game ended now, Mo and Joel would be absolutely furious. Joe and Joel, Mo and Joel are on 0 points each. But Mo, it's your question now, buddy.
Okay.
This is your chance to try and get 3 points and see if Joe McNally knows what's going on or is playing an amazing game.
Okay.
Mo, your question, please.
What is the most boring addiction that you have ever had? So that's what is the most boring addiction that you have ever had? I used to be a quiz master, so.
Oh, I see. So you're doing it in proper quiz style.
Yeah.
Where did you do your quizzes, bud?
All over me. So I work for. Here's a comic called Ray, who also works for a quizzing company. And whenever I pick up the phone to him, I don't know if it's a gig or a gig, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't depends where I turn up. I don't know if they give me a microphone to do jokes on or to announce questions on.
What are you like as a quizman? Are you sort of quite strict?
No, I just want to get through it. It's not worth my time. Like, it's not worth my time to. I don't like repeating a question, let alone like once a microphone broke, and I suggested to the audience that we just split the prize, which was the tap. I just said, you guys, there's only 4 teams, you guys can just split. And they decided they wanted to go through the questions. I'm a terrible quizmaster. I'm a great drinking friend. I'm a terrible quizmaster.
Well, let's see what you're like. Let's see what you're like at quizzes, because I've got 3 answers for you.
Okay, please.
So what is your most boring addiction? Answer number 1 is hoovering.
Yeah.
Answer number 2 is men with IRA tattoos on their biceps.
Oh,
this might be the quickest show we ever do.
All right. This is so great.
Answer number.
Don't racially stereotype me, you pricks. That might not be me.
No, you literally said boom. You said boom.
You say boom.
And that wasn't in relation to the IRA. That's what you said earlier. It's a spirit level.
Oh. Can you repeat the second one for me, just in case I misheard it?
Yeah, no problem. Of course.
Yeah.
The first one is hoovering. The second one is men with IRA tattoos on their biceps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Boom.
The third one is I went through a period of not being able to help but masturbate to the piracy laws on DVDs.
Boom.
Noise of Joel Dommett.
We kind of knew, like we gasped.
Ejaculation.
We gasped.
Oh.
You didn't have to be Columbo to figure that one out.
That's what Joel was actually watching when that video of him came out.
I'm masturbating right now.
Wouldn't be like you, Joel. Wouldn't be like you.
Mo, I need to say that pen you're using is not.
It's extra. It's sassy.
It's my sister's. It's mine. I'm lying. It's mine.
On my Zoom, the way the squares are ordered up, like they're ordered, it looks like Joanne has dropped that pen down to you.
Boom.
So I think the hoovering is Joel.
Yep.
I think the piracy laws. Oh no, actually, the piracy law. No, that wouldn't have anything to do with piracy. Yeah, and I think the piracy is Seann. Just by the way he looks and the angle of the camera, he looks like he would masturbate. I don't know. That's a weird angle. That's like a crotch angle. So that's.
Yeah.
So yeah, piracy, Seann, and then the men with the tattoos, the specificity of which, I'm not racially profiling. These are touchy times. What I would say is Joanne.
And then hoovering Joel.
Hoovering Joel, yeah.
Brilliant. So I think what I've discovered, I think it's really difficult to not get 3 out of 3 when one of the contestants, when I read out their answer, says the word boom, because it means that you're only on a 50-50 and then it goes in your favour. Mo, you get 3 out of 3. You get 3.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, good.
Boom.
Absolutely nailed it. Joel Dommett was addicted to hoovering.
I still very much am. I have to say it. It's like, in fact, sorry, I don't know whether I actually finished the text. It's actually hoovering up drugs off prostitutes' boobs. I think that was the full thing.
That would have added an extra bit of sass to your answer. You should have finished the text.
I genuinely love hoovering, man. I love it. I love hoovering.
Seann masturbates to masturbates, the best word to say in a West Country accent, to the piracy. And Joe Boom McNally was addicted to men with IRA tattoos on their biceps. So you get 3 out of 3. You get to give a bonus point. Who is your bonus point going to?
I'm going to go to Joanne as well. Just because
you're going to give your bonus point to Joanne.
Because I want there to be a massive upset at the end of this game.
I can't believe I'm losing this shit. It's unbelievable.
I know.
This is unbelievable.
But luckily, this is going to be a round where Joanne doesn't get a bonus point because it's her round. So, So, Joanne, can you please give me your question?
What animal do you think I should be reincarnated as?
Joe, while the others are texting me, what do you think their animals would be? What do you think Joel Dommett would be?
I think Joe would be a gazelle.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, because he's kind of lean and sneaky.
Lean
and
sneaky.
You know, famously sneaky gazelles. The sneaky gazelle.
Sneaking around.
I feel like that would be written under my photo if, like, I murdered someone and it was lean and sneaky Joel Dommett.
Yeah. Man seen leaving the scene in a hoodie looking lean and sneaky. That's Joel. And then I would say Seann, if you were an animal, would be a pig.
Okay.
Very loyal, orgasms for 7 hours. That's what I would say. I've heard the stories. What do you want from me? I'm trying to be honest.
Can I ask, have you heard the stories of the pigs or of Seann Walsh? I'm confused. Where are you hearing stories about pigs orgasming for 7 hours?
Pigs orgasm for 7 hours. That's a fact. And then I would say Mo would be something cute like do you know what Mo did to me recently? He messaged me. He rang me and I didn't answer because I didn't answer anything. And he messaged me going, Joanne, I need to speak to you. It's really important. Ring me. And I was like, why do you need to speak to me? And he was like, just about your Black Lives Matter article. Like, did you mean it to sound so against? And I was like, what? So I started ringing him. I was like, what the fuck have I done? And he was taking the piss out of me. I had never written anything, obviously. He tried to accidentally.
That's right.
I was terrified. I was like, have I accidentally written a racist article and like had it published in a paper in a blackout or something? I was like, what have I done?
Weirdly,
you're an asshole.
Weirdly, your performance in this game so far, I would not have put that past you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kept ringing him.
Anyway, we're here. Joe, I've got 3 answers for you.
Okay.
Answer number 1. Threadworm. Answer number 2, the pen-tailed tree shrew.
Fuck.
Answer number 3, hammerhead shark.
Okay, so I would say Mo is a pen-tailed shrew, as in like I would say Mo is saying that I'm a pen-tailed shrew.
Okay.
And I would say Seann maybe hammerhead. No, Joel hammerhead. And I would say Seann threadworm.
Yeah?
Yeah. Final answer.
Joe McNally. 3 out of 3, mate. 3 out of 3.
Boom.
Unbelievable. Does anyone want to take back the bonus points that they gave Joe earlier in the show? So Seann Walsh thinks that you should be reincarnated as Threadworm. Seann, what is it about the Threadworm that makes you think of Joe McNally?
There's no such thing as a Threadworm, really, is there? Is there?
Yeah. The threadworm is a thing you get in your ass, right?
Just because you haven't heard of something, Joanne, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Welcome to the Joanne world. That's exactly what it means.
Joe, a threadworm, you know, like when like a dog has worms.
Yeah.
They're called threadworms.
Is this because that story I told you about anal? Is that what this is about?
Well, now we have to hear that story.
You're bringing up a private conversation, throwing it back in the face.
Then you outed.
What's the anal? I want to know the anal conversation.
I'm moving on. But
God
sometimes it's just nice to have things left unsaid. Mo said pin-tailed tree shrew, and again, like Worf, lovely little picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's quite cute. Yeah.
But it's also the explanation.
The Wikipedia entry. The pen-tailed tree shrew is the only known mammal that consumes alcohol every night.
Boom.
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 Grand, I deserve that. That's fine. I'll take that.
It's 10 to 12 glasses.
Joel Dommett went hammerhead shark.
I just did it for the callback.
I know, of course. That's why I knew that.
And you got 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
And you now get to give a bonus point to whoever you want to give a bonus point to.
I'll give the bonus point to Mo because the drinking animal thing was funny.
Yeah.
Love that. Absolutely love that. As we go into the final round proper, I don't think anyone was expecting this, but Joel Dommett is on 0 points.
Hey.
Yes,
But just to let you know, some of us were expecting that bit. Seann Walsh is on 3 points. Mo Omar is on 4 points. But Joe McNally nailing her round and in the first 2 rounds like an absolute idiot, so getting 2 pity points, goes ahead 5 points to Joe McNally as we go into the final round. Joel Dommett,
Sadly.
good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Right. Here we go. My question is, if you had a hairy back and you could shave it into a shape to impress people on a beach, what would you shave?
Have you got a good sort of... Well, no, I've seen pictures of you in the gym. You've not got a lot of hair.
And those ones that I send you personally.
Yeah, absolutely. You've not got loads of hair sort of in the chest area, have you?
No.
You wax, though. I bet you wax.
I don't actually wax. I just shave it every now and again.
Do you?
Yeah. Because it just looks a bit better. But the thing is with shaving your chest, I put on a bit of weight during lockdown, and so when you shave your chest when you're like in good shape, it looks better. You're like, wow, I don't know why, I don't know the science behind it, but it looks better.
Joel, when I first saw you on the Zoom thing, my first thought was, God, he's put on weight, the fat cunt.
Thanks, mate. Thank you so much.
Circle of trust.
I think you
Raw
look...
shaving your back. I think
you look a fucking disgrace, Joel.
Thank you. That's what I need to hear. Like, that's what I want.
I have got 3 answers for you.
Okay, throw them at me.
Answer number 1.
Yeah.
All lives matter.
What was the question again?
Yeah, I mean,
Joe.
I'll be honest, I can't remember.
Had a hairy back and you could shave into it a shape to impress people on a beach. What would you shave? Answer number 1, all lives matter.
Funny.
Answer number 2, angel wings.
Nice.
Answer number 3, an armband. No.
No.
A woman screaming in pain like she's trapped in there.
Yes.
My last one.
Still doesn't get it, Mark.
No, because he read it. I wrote armband first and then changed. I just want him to.
No, you're not meant to say that.
He guessed already.
Yeah, he didn't guess. You told him. No.
Can I just say that I'm beginning to think we should go back to when panel shows had no women on them. This is fucking ridiculous.
I deserve to be in a panel show drunk with my ring light. Like, that's my destiny.
Joel?
Yes, mate.
Do you want to take an armband, no hold on, a woman screaming in pain like she's trapped in there, my last one? Do you want to take that one first? Get it out of the way?
Get that one out of the way. I'm gonna say just off the top of my head, I think it's probably the person that whilst you were saying it, she was going, yeah, 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 she literally was mouthing along to what you were saying.
1 point, Joel Dommett.
So the other ones left are All Lives Matter and Angel Wings. I'm going to say Seann Walsh says All Lives Matter. I'm going to go for that. I'm not saying that that's something that he believes in real life.
Just got the newspaper.
Yeah. And I'm going to say Mo went with Angel Wings.
Can we buzz in if we think he's wrong?
No, you cannot buzz in because A, we don't have buzzers. And B, he's not wrong. Joel, I've got bad news and good news. I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is, even though this was the fourth final proper question, Joe McNally still doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on. That's the bad news. The good news is you got all three right. You got all.
I'm so surprised. I thought Mel would have done the All Lives Matter thing. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that was. I thought it might have been me as well. I checked my answer.
You can get 3 bonus points. You can get 1 bonus point. You can get 1 bonus point because you got 3 points.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to have to give it sort of a clever bonus point. I think I'm going to give it to Seann Walsh for being topical.
Good, yeah, fair.
No?
I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely happy with that. We have got Joel Dommett is on 3 points. We have got Seann Walsh and Mo Omar are on 4 points each. And even after that final round, Joe McNally is still in the lead on 5 points.
Boom.
So that is what we've got so far. As we go into my question for all of you. Now, just to make this a little bit interesting, 1 point for fooling me. -3 points if I guess you correctly. 1 point if you fool me, -3 if I guess you. If you were a character in a Mr. Men or Little Miss book, what would you be called?
So we want you to get it wrong, is that it?
Say that again?
We want you to get this wrong.
You want to try and fool me?
Yeah, okay, Grant.
Which has been, Joe, the aim of the game right from the beginning is to try and fool the other people.
Boom, gotcha.
So, here we go. In no particular order, we have Miss Obvious. We have Mr. Emotionally Unavailable, Mr. Boner, and Mr. Right.
Miss Obvious, Mo Omar. Mr. Boner, Seann Walsh. Can you give me the other 2, please?
Mr.
Right.
Right and Mr. Emotionally Unavailable.
Boner Walsh, Obvious Omar, Emotionally Unavailable McNally. The other one, you.
Okay, I can reveal that you got 2 correct.
Okay.
So you got McNally right.
Yeah, it was too. It was too highbrow.
-3 points. For Joe McNally.
You
It was
got
too highbrow. Like, no man would identify as emotionally unavailable. Only I can see that shit. I should have dumbed it down and said Mr. Dickface or something. More fool me.
Oh.
Who else did I get?
You got right. You got Mo, who said Miss Obvious.
Oh, so I got that one right.
I resent that. How everyone's gotten me right, and I've only met some of you like once. So how two-dimensional am I that you guys have already figured me out? Joe doesn't even know who I am. I've met today was my first time meeting him, and he snap judgment was correct the whole way through.
Exactly.
I need layers. I'm like a one-layer lasagna. I'm like a sheet of pasta. That's what I feel like.
That's why we like you. You're obvious.
Yeah. No, I hate it. I hate myself. Thanks, guys.
Oh shit! This has got dark.
I down in there, Mo.
It's all good.
But Joel, does that mean you and Seann fooled me?
Yeah, you mixed up me and Seann. I was Mr. Boner and Seann was Mr. Right.
Oh, well played. Well played, you two. Absolutely nailed that. Which means Mo Omar gets 1 point. Joe McNally, on a roller coaster of a game, gets 2 points. Joel Dommett, again, 0 points all the way through, comes in second with 4. Seann Walsh, 5 points and the win. Well played, Walshy. Well played.
Well played, Walshy.
What?
I desperately need a wee.
Okay, well, we're done. We are done.
Oh my God. What?
Thank you very much for playing. That. Thank you very much, Mo Omar. Thank you very much, Joel Dommett.
Thanks,
thank you very much, Joanne McNally. And thank you very much, especially to your winner as he goes to wee, Mr. Seann Walsh. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.